Hello, this is Manny with Softimage support. In this tutorial I'll show you how to bring this object into Mudbox and create a new set of UVs which Mudbox will essentially understand, and basically you'll be able to paint in Mudbox according to that texture projection. So here goes. Notice I have an object here. It's fairly complicated purposely because these kind of objects are very hard to texture, actually, to add the UVs to. First things first, I will freeze this because it's being deformed by a curve, or extruded on a curve that we see here. Okay, so let me freeze this and I can now delete the curve. Whoop, that didn't work. I'm sorry, wrong object. Let me delete the curve, and I'll also delete this. Okay, so here goes, and the way I usually do it is in render, texture, property, texture projection, use unique UV, and along with this, I'll click Alt 7 and see what the result gives. Now notice that actually I can go here and preferences, dim the image a bit. There we go, so we can see a little bit better what's going on here. Okay, so as you can see, it's basically it's creating the unique UV by slicing the object, as far as I know, in 45 degrees here, which is good. But if you really want to avoid any kind of problems, bring this down until it creates like one UV set per polygon, just about. So let's go even lower than this. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time for it to process it, but here goes. So if there's a couple of them that are together, that really doesn't matter. That means that the angle is really just about straight at that point. So yeah, this should work pretty well. Good. So notice we just applied a UV set. It's not a texture, it's just the UV property, which we can also see here in texture decal, I assume. No, because Alt 7, now we'll be able to see it. So you see, you get an idea of what it does here with a default no icon pick, which is kind of useless to us now. Alright. The UV set is there. Now we're ready to export this. Obviously we can click freeze again here, and let's use file, send to Mudbox, send as new Mudbox scene. Okay, so now we're in Mudbox, and right here under image, UV view, we can see that the UV is preserved. Excellent. And I will go ahead and go into paint mode here and create a new layer. Size, you define the size. And now, first things first, before starting to apply a texture, I prefer testing what I have here. So let me make the brush a little smaller with B, and M controls the opacity, I assume. So, and I will go to paint tools here and start painting with perhaps airbrush. Notice that the brush size was very big. You may want to scale the objects something like 10 times bigger in Softimage before you import them here, or just keep bringing the brush lower. So I'll go ahead and brush. Let me just... Alright, that works. Let me change colors. So yeah, before I start to texture something like a character, I just apply a texture as such onto the whole object. And actually I've encountered something that is not very good. I can see that there are issues, and too bad I stumbled on this, but it's been documented. Essentially there's a little problem on the seams here, as you can see, and that won't work. So here's a workaround. Let's go back to Softimage. Actually, let's make the object bigger. Let's say 12 by 12 by 12 and export it as such. The scale of the object should match the brush sizes a little bit better on inside Mudbox. And this time I'll export as a .obj. So file export, obj file. Let's just put it straight in C for now. File, import, C. There we go. And that problem is documented. It's most likely a problem with the FBX exporter that it probably uses under Softimage uses under the hood, and it's been documented, and most likely it'll be fixed soon. So let's once again go ahead and create a new layer here, a paint layer. Here we go. And okay, so first things first, I highly recommend, before actually considering the UV set perfect here, to actually paint on the object, probably with a smaller brush, and make sure you don't encounter any runs. As you can see here, this is pretty much perfect. Great. And I'm not surprised, because the unique UV method of applying a texture will always make this process pretty much flawless. Looks really good. So yeah, when I would, if I were to paint on a face now, I would make, I'd be absolutely sure that I would go through this stage where I'm just drawing, squiggling around, just to see if I encounter any problems anywhere with the UV set that I've created inside Softimage, and it obviously seems just about perfect now. It is, and that'll be all. Actually, at this point, you may want to export your texture back to Softimage. So the way to do that is simply right-click here, and you can use Export Channel to PSD or Export Selected. Thank you.